A lesson in kindness. It was a cold, rainy evening when Olive's car broke down on a lonely stretch of road. She was exhausted after a long day at the bank. Her phone battery had just died, and not a single passing car seemed interested in helping. Some slowed down, looked at her, then drove off. One driver in a sleek SUV even rolled down his window and said, "You should be more careful next time," before speeding away. She stood there in disbelief, soaked and frustrated. Her mind began to wander. Was this what society had become? Wasn't this the same city where people post Bible quotes every morning? Just as the tears began to fall, a bicycle stopped beside her. The man riding it wore old clothes. His boots were muddy, and he looked like he had just left a construction site. "Are you okay, madam?" he asked gently. Olive hesitated, surprised someone who looked like that would stop. She explained her situation, expecting him to walk away like the rest. Instead, he calmly parked his bicycle, helped push her car to the side, and then went off on foot to get a nearby mechanic. When the car was finally fixed, she tried to offer him money. He shook his head and smiled. "No need. One day I might be in your shoes, and I'd hope someone would help me too." Olive was stunned. She didn't even know his name. That Sunday at church, the message was from Luke 10, the story of the Good Samaritan. As the preacher spoke about how the priest and Levite passed the wounded man by, Olive's mind drifted to the fancy cars that ignored her. When the pastor said sometimes the people who reflect God's love the most don't look like it on the outside, but they live it, something shifted inside her. The next day at work, Olive saw the office cleaner, Mama Ijeoma, the one she always walked past without a second thought. For the first time, she stopped and greeted her properly. One conversation led to another, and Olive found out Mama Ijeoma's daughter was in the hospital with a growing bill. Without hesitation, Olive contributed to the medical cost and visited the child. Her friends were shocked. "You helped your cleaner?" one asked, half laughing. She smiled and replied, "You never really know who your neighbor is until you choose to see them." Just like the Good Samaritan, compassion and love are shown not by title or appearance, but by action. The world doesn't need more watchers, it needs more helpers. Be the neighbor someone is praying for.